Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time, the long awaited time for Doom Patrol Season 4. It's the final season, by the way. Episodes 7 and 8, Orqwith Patrol and Fame Patrol. I'm going to be doing both of those together there. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all that you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next within a relative time frame, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. So, sorry, I was supposed to do this last week, but like I said, work got in the way. Work always gets in the way now. So it's been, it's not one thing, it's another. So, yeah, anyway, enough complaining. Let's go ahead and get to it, shall we? It's a little more stretched than I wanted to be there. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episodes, 2 episodes. If you haven't watched them, go ahead and watch them. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. All right, give me enough time to pause, all that kind of good stuff. All right. There we go. So, yeah, it's been almost an entire fucking year since the mid-season finale. Yeah, Titans has come and gone as well, and now we just are burning off the last couple episodes. And of course, they're doing it right. Right in the middle of the actor strike too. So the actors can't even come out and actually promote their final season of their work that they did. And yeah, just a big fuck you to HBO, Cinemax, David Zaslav, all that shit, because yeah, this is actually there's some good episodes here. We have our gang. If you don't remember what was going on, was they were getting their longevity stolen. Wally, who had been a love interest of Rita back in the past, when she was back in the past, and Madame Rouge killed him. She had to, because of who she was working with, the bureaucracy of normalcy there, or the Bureau of Normalcy, I should say, bureaucracy of and he was still being used, I guess you could say, alive, being used, and they were taking the longevity out of the members of the Doom Patrol in order to resurrect this character called Immortus to bring about the end of days. Yes, this is a really long, convoluted plot line here, but that's actually what was going on. And so far, Jane has had her longevity stolen. Rita has had her longevity stolen. And then, of course, we had, Cliff was the last one that actually had, Cyborg Victor doesn't have longevity, so we didn't have to worry about him. But Larry had been taken and was getting his longevity stolen as well. And so Cliff was the last one to have his longevity. So what do? They go to Orqwith. Him and Jane go to Orqwith and, of course, get captured. And yeah. And also, did I mention the butt-pocalypse as well? So the zombie butt that Cliff was supposed to destroy, he did not destroy. Because the hand that he got where he could actually feel things instead of having no sensation whatsoever, when he killed another zombie, that was the first feeling that he had, was using the hand that he could feel with, was breaking into a skull to feel the brains that he was crushing. So of course, he never wanted to feel that again, because, of course, his next sensation was holding his grandson. So that's why he's got that crazy oven mitt on his hand, which is talking to him, or he's talking to it. Anyway, yeah, it's like I said, this show is crazy, and it's crazy in a good way. It really is. So, of course, Cliff's gambit does not pay off. He ends up getting captured, and he gives up his longevity because he's being promised that Immortus can help him out with his issues. In the meantime, Cyborg and his friend Derek have also found a way into Orqwith, and they're trying to rescue Larry. And that's not going too well. Larry doesn't want to be rescued really because of what older Queeg had told Keith. Keith? Yeah. And, he told the younger Keith inside of him that that's what was going on in the future. We don't know exactly what he said, but we just know it was something bad. And so Larry is depressed, even more so than usual. And also now he's lost his longevity as well. And on top of this, Rita and Madame Rouge are back in our world, of course, in Clovis, and they are trying to, man, they're trying to find their way into Orqwith. But of course, they still have their hangups because of what Madame Rouge did to Wally. So they both end up getting drunk and end up assembling the gate to Orqwith. They are able to, using Wally's blood, they reanimated Wally's blood. It's green blood. It was weird, blue green blood. Like I said, the show is weird, and they end up going there, but just in time to watch Immortus being born, and because of course Cliff gave up his longevity, and Immortus being born ends up triggering a large explosion, which actually destroys Orqwith, the pocket dimension that they were in, and sends them all to Earth. So, and did I mention also that Space Case was there and Dorothy? They had made it there as well to do a rescue, and they were late, of course. Um, and Space Case's father, Tormanex, was the one that was helping with the Immortus resurrection. And Tormanex ends up dying. Um, Wally's dead, of course, at this point. And I should say that there's a protective bubble that was it Space Case used, or no, I take that back. It was actually Derek who was able to draw bubbles around them. Sorry, my brain's a little bit on the fried side too at the moment, to protect our group. And so this is the reason why they survived the explosion. So they survived the explosion from these protective bubbles that Derek had. They end up going back to Earth. And so it's Madame Rouge, Rita, Dorothy, Space Case, Cliff, Jane, Larry, Cyborg, and Derek. They all survive, and we get Isabel Feathers. Isabel Feathers, fuck me, man! I swear to God, Isabel fucking Feathers, as Rita puts it, was the person who was going to play Rita in the stage version of Our Town, which was going to be about Rita blobbing out in the very first season and almost destroying the town because she blobbed out. And Rita actually lost out the part to Isabel. And then Isabel fell into a time hole when Madame Rouge showed up and was lost to time. And Madame Rouge really didn't have any regrets about that. She saw her fell in and went, oops, my bad, kind of thing, and just kind of left it at that. Well, it turns out that Isabel Feathers is actually Immortus. Immortus has rebirthed inside of her. And that's where we go into Fame Patrol. Fame Patrol, we see the group back at the mansion, at the mansion, Doom Manor, and they're trying to figure out what to do next. Cliff actually tries to come clean about, start restarting the apocalypse because, of course, the zombie butt is gone. It's out of the freezer. He finds this out as well. And the group ends up in the middle of a superhero appreciation. The town, Cloverton, excuse me, I said Clovis, it's Cloverton, the town. Cloverton ends up throwing the superheroes a parade, which Isabel doesn't like. We start seeing that Isabel actually has powers. She is able to rewind time a little bit, change some things. And Madame Rouge is the only one that's somewhat unaffected by it. She notices the difference and she's trying to get everyone, aware of this. And of course, people aren't aware of this. They're not seeing the changes that are happening. And at one point, Madame Rouge goes to confront Isabel and i.e. Immortus, and calls Immortus by the name. And that's when Isabel just says, yeah, I'm going to have to kill you now because, you don't use my real name kind of thing. And yeah, shit's going down at this point. And at the end of all of this, in the meantime, also, before I get ahead of the ending there, like I said, there's so much to unpack here. Larry ends up reconstituting Mr. X and bringing him back from after destroying him essentially. And yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at IMDb here because there's just too many people, too many players in this, and all of this. And of course, they start talking about them, and what's going on with them. And Larry learns some stuff a little bit, like, it's not all about you kind of thing. It's also, you need to factor in your friends, and before you die kind of thing. Why don't you go and hang out with your friends and do what they want to do? They want to go to the parade. Why don't you go with them? And also Casey at the same time is Space Case is trying to figure out where she fits into all of this, because she finds out, of course, that she is not a real person. She was a character in a comic book written by Wally and brought to life that way. And is trying to figure out where she fits in, but she's able to kind of connect with Jane on some level that we really don't know about how she can connect with Jane at this point. She's pulling Jane out of her helplessness, I guess you can say. Jane keeps trying to go to the underground and she can't find anybody in the underground. She can't find her way out of the underground either. And Casey's the only one that actually can drag her out of the underground. And Cliff Parkinson's is setting in like a bitch at this point, because of course he's lost his longevity, and he's gone into asshole mode, complete and total asshole mode. He's being an asshole to Dorothy. Dorothy's doing nothing but trying to help him, and yeah, he's being an asshole as well. And Rita has kind of come to grips. So all these characters, how we're doing this is kind of, I was thinking about this earlier. They're kind of the stages of grief in a way, where you have, denial, bargaining, you have, you know, apathy, all these kind of things. And that's what these characters, and not only that, but we're also getting shades of, uh, mental illness as well through all of this. And that's what Doom Patrol always has been about people have problems, and it's not all hunky-dory all the time. And that's why this show actually was really well done. And um yeah, it's just, they finally come together at the end for this parade. And in the meantime, Madame Rouge is trying to tell them, we need to do something about Isabel, a Mortis, because she's gonna fucking kill us. She's deadly, and we need to do something now before she can do that. Everything kind of gets wiped, and we're gonna find out in the next episode what happened. Really good episodes. And like I said, that year break in between just really hurt. And then also having the the actor strike going on where the actors can't talk about any of this either and what they did. It's just a fucking travesty. It really is. This was one of the shows that should have been saved. Quite honestly, it should have moved under James Gunn's umbrella. It should have been part of the DCEU. Um, this is the one that actually had good writing, a great cast. I'm fairly sure they couldn't afford the cast, especially with Brendan Fraser going into Oscar land. Um, yeah, it's just a shame that this is the way they're going out at this point. I understand they have an ending to this, and that's pretty much how Jeremy Carver has always, run this show. Was every season they didn't know if they were going to survive, so every season ends as if it's the last episode ever, and that's how he planned this one out as well. So we are going to have a good ending to this. I just don't know exactly how it's going to end. And like I said, this is just depressing that it has to go out this way. This was a show that really could have gone on for like another 4 seasons easily, and really had some good stuff. And these are the rare shows out there, that do this. Um, yeah. So there's 14 episodes in this season. We are episode 7 and 8 we just did. 9, of course, is happening tomorrow. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 6 episodes left here. And I'm going to be covering the last 6 episodes. So, all right. So what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to be doing Doom Patrol. Episode 9 of Doom Patrol there. Friday morning, most likely. I might actually have to check my schedule on that. I have Friday off, so I'm doing something else, but I'm gonna try and do early Friday morning. Loki, season 2 of Loki, episode 3. Saturday, possibly Sunday is where I'm gonna be moving that to. Is going to be Gen V. And I'm probably going to move. I'm probably going to do both episodes. Quite honestly, Gen V isn't wowing me at the moment. It's okay, but Uh, it's not as good as The Boys. It feels like if the CW had done The Boys. That's what it feels like to me. Uh, you know, it kind of pales in comparison. I mean, it's got some stuff there, but it's just yeah, I don't know. There's just something that's off about it. It's not bad, like I said. It's just not up to that standard, up to the boys' standard, and not having a real storyline. I guess you could say. I mean, yes, you have Sam, in the woods and all that kind of stuff, but they don't have really an established storyline going on for this season as of yet, and we're like midway through the season already on that. So that's kind of what's disturbing me about that one. And I was kind of toying of the idea of doing another spoiler alert, to kind of talk about a whole bunch of stuff, because there's a lot of stuff that's coming up, especially in the Marvel realm, the Marvel Studios realm. But I don't know if I have enough time, or enough brain cells, quite honestly, to handle all of that. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. And like I said, work is kicking my ass left and right, sideways, diagonally, crosswise, frontwise, backwise, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I got going on the rest of this week. I'm going to let you go. Thanks, everyone. Well, actually, I know there was nobody here in the chat because I, pretty much threw this up at the last minute. Sorry about that for those of you out there that are following this. But I will be back tomorrow for more Doom Patrol. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that your series has been canceled, and the dickhead who has now run, control of the company that was showing your show is just shit canning everything that was good. And anyway, it's a big shit show. Thanks, everyone. Oh, and by the way, let me plug everything as well. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms, all the stuff you've been watching, and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my fast video library. It's over 1,000 videos. Pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, please hit that subscribe button down below there. And you can go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. I change it every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. And with that, now I will let you go. Thanks, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, have a good rest of your night. Thanks, everyone. Stay safe, be well, take care, and have a good rest of your night out there. Thanks, everyone. Good night.